Welcome everyone. In today's video, I just wanted to talk about how to not get completely wrecked when investing into crypto. Now, it's sort of a meme that basically everyone round trips their like all of their profits. I know in like 2017, 2018, lots of people made a ton of money and then just round tripped it again, and they began averaging down into the bear market and then lost it all. And you're seeing similar things with this market cycle as well. And so basically, I just wanted to talk about, a couple of methods that could help you potentially just not lose everything when you're investing into crypto. Now, this is sort of aimed at the people who want to take a more active approach for their portfolio management. If you have like a 10-year time horizon and you don't care even in the slightest, and you're going to DCA every month and it doesn't even matter to you, then this video might not matter. However, maybe if you don't have a large stack and you want to grow it, then this video might help. I mean, there have been a ton of people out there like crypto OGs, Kobe, for example, who's always preached the idea of hodling making you poor. And that's because people will buy on the way up and hold all the way down. And most cryptos out there have never actually recovered when you actually think about it. A lot of coins out there made highs in 2018 and never came back. And I just want to talk about how to avoid just taking like really heavy drawdowns within crypto. Now, it's not something that you can like entirely avoid. Like, no one's going to be able to sell the top. You're always going to experience drawdowns, but I want you guys to sort of like have some tools in your tool belt so you can avoid taking like 80-90% losses. And one thing that I think is severely underrated is actually using moving averages. Now, a lot of people will bag on technical analysis and using charts and say that it's all just, astrology for men. I would agree for the most part, but moving averages are something that is like super legit, and the top traders out there in the world, I mean, not the ones that you see on crypto Twitter, I mean the actual billionaire traders from decades ago, they swear by things like moving averages because it helps them to determine a trend. For example, Paul Tudor Jones, one of his like key rules he used to keep up was basically that he'd never touch an asset that was trading below its 200-day moving average, and he would never average losers because only losers average losers. And what he meant by that is that when you're buying something and it's going down and you average in your position, then 9 times out of 10 it might work. The asset might go back up and then you're fine, but on the 10th time you're going to get wrecked. And that's what we saw with Three Arrows Capital. They were averaging down in basically what was a clear downtrend, and they got absolutely destroyed because of it. So we can learn from that and use things like moving averages in order to avoid getting wrecked. So I've got a 200-day moving average on my screen here, and I think it's pretty clear the utility of something like this. Basically, if you want to buy as an asset is crossing up and then sell as an asset is crossing down, you would have made a ton of money in like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, a ton of these like strongly trending assets. When you have a strong trend, you can get like just ridiculous upside. I mean, Ethereum, for example, it crossed above the 200-day moving average here and then closed below here, and that's a 5,186% gain. There aren't that many asset classes out there where you can get that ridiculous gains, right? And so just using the 200-day moving average as your guide for buying and selling, I mean, you might not even want to use it as your guide for buying, but you definitely want to use it as your guide for like this might be a bear market, we're going to experience downwards trending prices, maybe it's a good idea to get out. So for example, we'll take the 2018 top here, right? So we let's say you reestablish your position on the cross above the 200-day moving average, and then you wanted to sell it again on the cross below, and well, basically you avoided an 87% drawdown here, right? And that is so brutal experiencing something like that, and it'll really shake your faith within crypto. And basically just every single time we just have big drops when trading below the 200-day moving average. Now, of course, there are going to be the times where if you buy below and then the price goes back up, then you're a hero. But it's not really about that, right? It's about just avoiding devastating loss. So again, here down like 70%, and this is only for like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And well, let's just take a look at Bitcoin, for example. It didn't get hit anywhere near as bad, and that's because these are two of the most uh, liquid assets within crypto, and the largest in terms of market capitalization as well. And so, of course, you're not going to get hit as hard. That's about a 60% drawdown. But if you just look historically, this was the flash crash. Remember in March of 2020, a lot of people got liquidated, and basically a lot of people thought it was over. But if you were just paying attention to the 200-day, simple moving average, you missed out. You missed out on this entire 40% down move within a week. And so whilst I think the 200-day moving average is good, definitely for most people in order to determine a sort of market trend, you can use other moving averages that you want as well. So let's say, for example, here, we have the 5-day moving average here and the 50-day moving average, and that provides you a sort of a better signal, and it would be able to get you out of the market faster than, say, a 200-day moving average will. For example, this 550 cross would have managed to get you out of the market before the massive crash that we saw on March 2020, and so basically that was like a 50% crash within a couple of days, right? And that would have actually gotten you out about here a couple of days before the crash actually happened, whereas the 200-day moving average wouldn't strictly have done that for you on Ethereum. It would have done on Bitcoin, but it didn't on Ethereum, and so you would potentially held through that. And so, you can mess around with the moving averages. I wouldn't go too crazy trying to optimize what the best moving averages are, because there isn't a lot of data on crypto for right now. But you obviously can look at different charts as well. So we'll take Solana, for example. You avoided getting wrecked. Say you wanted to sell at 139, Solana went as low as $25. ICP, basically this, as soon as the 200-day moving average appeared, it told you not to buy, and you avoided buying in at $40, and now it's at $5. Flow, the exact same thing, right? It's down at 150. Avalanche, again, something similar. You sell at 83, and now it's currently at $16. Uniswap, you sell at 24, now it's down to 4. And the last thing that I just wanted to mention today is that you don't ever need to worry about paying tax, right? I mean, crypto is just so fast moving that a lot of people will be like, I'll just hold on to this crypto for a year and then I'll pay, a lower tax rate. It might go down from 40% to 20%, for example. I mean, these are arbitrary numbers. But they'll be like, I want to hold on to it for a year so I can get a lower tax rate. But that's the wrong way to think about it, especially within crypto, because pumps can last only 3 to 6 months, maybe even a month sometimes. These things are very flavor of the month. For example, DeFi Kingdoms, the Jewel token, that pumped up really hard. It topped at about $20. Now it's sitting at 50 cents, right? And just remember this, it's better to pay tax on a gain than no tax at all. That was it for today's video. Hopefully I've imparted some knowledge and you are able to take away something from this and just not take any of these just crazy, ridiculous drawdowns that I see a lot within crypto. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one.